Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where the only thing more unhinged than the political discourse is Governor Noem's dog policy, this is Ballot.
Governor Noem threatened to put down Biden's dog. Trump held an insane VP audition circus for donors. The president's Star Wars pander bombed. And Mick Jagger mocked a governor's policies. Let's hit this! They are still making fun of Kristi Noem, thinking it was cool to kill a puppy. Jimmy Kimmel pointed out, that's right, it's an important distinction. It was a working dog. So Noem did not shoot her puppy, she shot her employee. Stephen Colbert pointed out Noem claimed to have been around hundreds of dogs. Although before she got there, it used to be thousands. Noem bragged in her memoir about how she shot her 14-month-old puppy as well as a family goat. And I'll be honest, I was conflicted about whether or not I should keep talking about it, because unlike Kristi Noem, I don't like beating a dead horse. Colbert said, "You dragged a 14-month-old puppy to a gravel pit, shot it in the head, and then told everybody. You wrote it in your book. That's not spinning, that's reading." Clearly, Kristi Noem knows how to read the room. Now she set her sights on a much bigger target. President Biden's German Shepherd, Commander. In a thinly veiled threat during a CBS interview, Noem suggested that the famously bite-happy commander should meet the same fate as poor Cricket. "Joe Biden's dog has attacked 24 Secret Service people," she snarked. "So how many people is enough people to be attacked and dangerously hurt before you make a decision on a dog?" Ouch. Those are some sharp teeth you've got there, Kristi. I'd hate to be on the receiving end of one of your zingers. Of course, this all comes conveniently timed with the release of Noem's new memoir, No Going Back, where she regales us with tales of her hunting ranch adventures. Who could forget the heartwarming story of the time she blasted Cricket in a gravel pit because the dog was, quote, less than worthless? The would-be VP candidate even imagines a scenario where, as president in 2025, she gets to put Commander down herself. "Commander, say hello to Cricket for me." Oh, Donald, ask yourself how in her fantasy she's the president when you're the one on top of the ticket. Trump held a big old donor retreat down in Florida, and let me tell you, it was a regular who's who of political zaniness. First up, the guest list reads like a rejected lineup for a Republican Hunger Games. We've got Senators Rubio, Scott, and Vance all vying for the coveted Trump's VP role. Throw in Governors Burgum and Noem, and baby, you've got a stew going. But don't worry, the crazy didn't stop there. At one point, Trump literally called out his potential running mates from the stage like he was picking kickball teams in 3rd grade. "We got Marco! We got Tim!" Geez, Don, way to make it not awkward at all. Then, in an absolutely iconic power move, Trump brought disgraced former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich up on stage. You know, the guy who literally tried to sell Barack Obama's Senate seat? Yeah, that's the kind of top-notch character we're dealing with here. According to sources, Blago was just as surprised as the rest of us to get that special invite. I can only imagine the look on his face when they called his name. Probably something like, "Oh crud, do I actually have to be VP now?" Meanwhile, the Trump camp was busy bragging to donors about raising over $76 million last month, which sounds impressive until you hear that Biden's team has literally twice that amount socked away. Yikes, someone might need to hit up more MAGA rallies to sell those dollar photo ops. All in all, just another zany weekend with the Trump circus. Will Blago actually end up being VP? Will Kristi Noem challenge Biden's dog commander to a steel cage match? Honestly, at this point, nothing would surprise me. This is the wildest reality show I've ever seen. Mark Hamill is shilling for Biden. "This is peak cringe," one commenter remarked. Ouch, tell us how you really feel? Others brought the burns with some A+ meme game, like sharing Obi-Wan declaring Biden's actions a level of stupid not seen in a long time. I've got a bad feeling about this. The president's critics seemed particularly irked that he'd focus on such fluff while real issues rage, like the campus chaos referenced by one pundit. Sure, promote your silly Star Wars Day when terrorism sympathizers are running rampant. And in classic Trump fan fashion, several made sure to get in digs about Biden's mental aptitude, joking that he probably forgot filming the clip minutes later while in Delaware. No midi-chlorians to tap into up there, it seems. All in all, the whole stunt was about as well received as stormtroopers on Mos Eisley. Biden tried to channel the Force, but to his detractors, he ended up looking more like a stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder. Yikes. Maybe leave the space puns to the resistance next time? It looks like the Rolling Stones show in New Orleans had a little extra spice thanks to Sir Mick Jagger. The 80-year-old rock legend couldn't resist taking a cheeky jab at Louisiana's conservative governor Jeff Landry during the Jazz Fest performance. After wrapping up the classic, "You Can't Always Get What You Want," Jagger went off script with a little political commentary. "We want to include him too," he quipped about Landry. "Even if he wants to take us back to the Stone Age." Ooh, sick burn, Mick. Though he didn't specify which of Landry's controversial policies he was referring to, the implications were clear. Whether it was the near-total abortion ban, blocking gender-affirming care, or pushing harsher crime sentences, Jagger seems to think the governor is stuck in the prehistoric era. But never one to take a slight lying down, Landry had his own zinger ready to fire back on social media. "The only person who might remember the Stone Age is Mick Jagger," the 53-year-old governor retorted. "Ooh, aged rock star jokes, how original. Hey, Mick is younger than the president, lay off." Not stopping there, Landry tried endearing himself to potential voters by adding, "Love you, buddy, you're always welcome in Louisiana. #love my country music." Hey now, no need to bring country into this. In the end, it was just another reminder that when the Stones roll into town, you never quite know what you're going to get. Portions of this podcast may have been created with the help of AI, Keith Richards, or maybe even Luke Skywalker. Who even knows anymore?